इतने सालों के बाद और जितना भी थोड़ा काम किया है, बट स्टिल आई फील इज़ द फर्स्ट टाइम एज एन एक्टर मुझे एक होता है ना कि यू फाइंड योर मेथड. आई थिंक दिस इज़ द फर्स्ट टाइम दैट आई कैन से दैट आई हैव फाउंड अ मेथड फॉर मी, लाइक एज एन एक्टर. So I so loved working on it. I've had such a ball. Yeah, great time. Yeah. ऐसे तो बहुत चीज़ें करी हैं. Like कुछ गलत बोला है या कुछ या किसी के सामने नहीं बोलना चाहिए था. Actors, but I can't tell you all that. Nothing very embarrassing. Yeah. But this one, I mean, it's been a long time. Red carpet event, wore the wrong underclothes, and that was very embarrassing. Yeah. And you only realize when you come in the bright lights, right? हाय, मैं हूँ चित्रांगदा सिंह और आप मुझे नहीं सुन रहे हैं ऑन नहीं देख रहे हैं ऑन मिर्ची प्लस. या हाय, मैं हूँ चित्रांगदा सिंह और आप मुझे देख रहे हैं ऑन मिर्ची प्लस.
Hi, this is Samina Shaikh here, and with me today I have the gorgeous Chitrangda. She needs no introduction because she's gaslighting a lot of people nowadays. So
that's my introduction.
I must say that.
Gaslighting people. Yes.
Gaslighting people nowadays.
Yes.
So welcoming her on Mirchi Plus.
Thank you. Thanks.
So how your gaslighting session has been for you otherwise?
We were gaslighting off camera. Oh, okay. No, I don't think I've gaslit anybody. No. I've been gaslit.
Yeah, you have been?
Yeah.
I was experiencing
growing up years. Yeah. The only problem is you only get to know that you've been gaslit much later.
Yeah.
When you look back and like, oh damn, and then you feel like a fool, which is not a good feeling because all this time you've been beating yourself down thinking that I'm not good at this or I did this or I'm this kind of a person and I think like this and how could I, and then you realize no, actually, you know, somebody is just being, you know, whatever, gaslight you. So kabhi kiya nahi yaar. I wish I had also given it back, you know, but no, I haven't done that.
But I saw the trailer, Chitrangda, and I guess we did the last interview when we were talking about a lot of other things also. It was not only in a Feminist India, but we did one more interview, I remember. Yeah, it was then in between.
Something.
And I saw the trailer and I somewhere feel it's very interesting. It's like, you know, it's unfolding a lot of chapters for that matter, you know, how it is with Sara, your equation with her, you know, as, you know, the mother, not the real mother, and, you know, the way she's, you know, trying to invade what exactly happened. It's very interesting, I must say. But, you know, there's very dark side to the story, to be honest.
Yeah.
So how was that for you to work on this one? Because it's like, you know, you also don't know where exactly the, you know, story is unfolding.
Yeah.
Things are on you, the light is on you, the gaslight is on you, somewhere people are doubting you, speculations are there, you know, the way it is unfolding. What are your thoughts on that?
I love, like, even like as an audience, I love thrillers. I love these mysteries, murder mysteries, courtroom dramas, because I feel like it is more than just the matlab, romance, songs, you know, all of this is a lot of crutch that you have to go through a film. But when it comes to films like a thriller or something, then the writing has to be very good. You have to be so detailed with performances, nuances, silences, the way you look at the person. You know, so we worked a lot, like Pavan, the director, and his team, we worked with an acting coach. I worked for like almost 10-12 days of very serious, literally combing through every line, like how many ways can we say this, how much should we say. So my first experience of doing a thriller has been so amazing. और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि इतने सालों के बाद और जितना भी थोड़ा काम किया है, but still I feel it's the first time as an actor मुझे एक होता है ना कि you find your method. I think this is the first time that I can say that I have found a method for me, like as an actor. So I so loved working on it. I've had such a ball.
Yeah.
Great time, yeah.
But Sara, how was it working with her? You know, she's quite fun on the sets.
Yeah.
Was she cracking all those kind of jokes which she does otherwise on Instagram all the time?
Yeah. She's full on, except that I think she had to control herself a little bit. Because performance ke liye thoda you had to be in the mood. It's pretty tense. And the film, the way it is, it's just tense and then it just keeps getting even more tense and it just keeps growing, you know. So yeah, there was this point I remember because she and I really got along well, very well, and we were like cracking jokes and chilling and working out together. And just generally as people, I think we really like got along. We would laugh at the same thing. So at a point, Pavan was like, you both are not allowed to talk together, like sit together and talk to each other. Like on set, he actually got upset because we were giggling. So yeah, I mean, as much as she wanted to, crack all those jokes. She wasn't allowed, poor thing. She couldn't do much.
But did you become a part of her Instagram reels where she keeps on doing all these rhymes?
We've done some, but we were in costumes at that time, so we haven't been able to post it. But now I guess
now you can, of course. And at the same time, recently you also spoke about you being titled as seductress. Most of the times. Why do you feel that, why, and often you get such roles also. Do you feel that that is something maybe because your personality comes across that way to a lot of people out there? It's, in a way, it's a compliment also, to be honest. I would say that. But what are your thoughts on that?
No, you're right. I said that. I mean, that was just an example of what they think, or then they would think somebody who's extremely strong character as a woman, who's like a boss lady, or or somebody who would avenge her, whatever, something done wrong to her and stuff like that. And of course, there's a sexual sensual, sexual, whatever you might call it. But so I did say that, and of course it's good. I mean, as a visual medium, being attractive, being called the sex symbol or whatever you might call it is great, but it's just the problem is that that's all you are. No, that's not all who I am. There is more that I can do, I mean, I started doing with a film which had no makeup and cotton saris, so that's who I am also. And I probably am also somebody who did a Kundi Mat Khatkao.
Yes.
But I'm also somebody who did Inkar. And I'm also someone who's doing Rukmani, but I was also somebody who did Bazaar and I mean, Ye Sali Zindagi.
You've done so many
but roles. So the only that stands out every time is a bit of a I don't know. It's a bit shallow. It's a bit shallow, yeah. It's like I was just saying, it was like a death of an actor for any actor. Like Vikrant was saying this in his interviews that he's always cast as this good boy, small town boy who is too good, for his own good. So he's also like, I'm sick of that, but that's what I get all the time. When I can do other things and I can, play other parts. So I think every actor somewhere feels like that.
Do you also feel that maybe it also depends on the kind of scripts you're accepting? Maybe
of course.
Somewhere you also might be feeling that, maybe, okay, TK, I've tried action, I want to try, fiction, or may I, comedy for that matter, like
absolutely.
genres.
The thing is that they have to come to you with those parts. I've done so many different parts, which are very different in a lot of ways. But the issue is that you only get approached for the same thing, which is probably a safe bracket for them. It's easier for them to think of you in such parts. It's easier for the writer to write these parts for you, and it's safer, right? There's no chance to be taken. अच्छा उसमें कर चुकी है, ऐसी लगती है, ऐसा करेगी. Why not? So it's easier, I suppose. Yeah.
Most of the times we have also seen that in industry, of course, there is a lot of changes over the years. But we have seen that there are discussions regarding pay disparity, gender bias for women, and how actresses are paid less. And there's a debate which has been going on for years. What are your thoughts on that?
See, to some extent, equality, I'm all for it. I think it should be in a lot of ways. But sometimes I think you also have to think from the producer's point of view. You have to think of the business when they sit and do, their numbers and they figure out how much they want to invest and what the artist takes home, because it's also the returns, So that makes a big difference. Who's bringing back the return? Who's pulling in my audiences? Who's carrying my film on their shoulders? Of course, everybody's. I mean, there's also a supporting cast. You can't do without them either. You can't do without the person who's playing the villain. You can't do without any of these people.
True.
But you see, then at the end of the day, you have to be extremely honest about the fact that there is one person who's carrying it on his broad shoulders. And or her broad, whichever one it would be, and they are the face of the film to quite an extent. You see, I mean, you can't say that the supporting cast is not important. Absolutely not. You can't say the villain is not important. My God, you don't have a film without a villain. If the villain is not good enough, the hero doesn't look good enough. You see, the villain needs to be powerful enough. So you can't take anyone out. But at the end of the day, there is one person, male actor, female actor, whoever it is, who's carrying the film. So I just feel whoever does that is the one who needs to be paid more because of simply the kind of business that they bring in for the film. For me, it's simple. That, I mean, it's not about equality. It is not about, I'm not, I'm a feminist at heart and I feel every which way we are equal. But certain things are about the business of cinema. There's a business here, about investing that kind of money, and I think it should be fair. Yeah.
How much do you personally get involved while watching thrillers or murder mysteries for that matter?
There's a quick jump to something else.
Yeah,
now.
something else completely. It's like,
so like, okay,
switching.
we're done with this question now, please. We are done with this question.
Yeah.
How involved? Very involved. Very much. I love courtroom dramas. I love, I love thrillers. Like Misery, एक film थी बहुत पहले. Kathy Bateman, I think her name was. One of my all-time favorites, Andhadhun, was superb that I watched. All these films, I get very involved, and they kind of stay with you. You know, a good thriller definitely stays with you. Yeah.
Why was voice modulation required for Gaslight? Like, I really want to know the
No,
backstory.
I think they got it wrong. I think they were asking me, ki, like, matlab, how do you become this? So the question was, they said that, you know, you have this whole image of being this femme fatale and whatever, and you know, how do you like quickly slip into this while you're sitting here and talking to us like this? But it just comes easier to you, doesn't it? It comes easy to you. And there's something like that the interviewer was asking, and I said, you know, it's not that it comes easy, it's a thought. You obviously put in a thought. It's the way I'm sitting. It's how much do I move? Do I move my hands too much? Do I move less? Everything's controlled. So even in like Rukmani's, you know, कि वो बहुत खुश थे कि तुम घर वापस आ गई हो. There's a line, right? And so I had 2 days of break and I went back on set and there was some dialogue for Rukmani, something like this. And I said, तुम बहुत क्या था? What's the line? वो सच में बहुत खुश थे कि तुम घर वापस आ गई हो. And Pawan was like, no, cut. Come back to who Rukmani is. And I was like, वो सच में बहुत खुश थे कि तुम घर वापस आ रही हो. So it's like, everything's sexual. Like there's this sense of this woman in confidence and control, and she'll use her sensuality when she wants to. She'll do this, or she'll probably look longer and she'll hold her look. And so, you know, so I was like, it's all worked out is basically what I was trying to say. And then they just went out and said, oh, you did some voice modulation. Yeah, you get conscious of it. There's a way that you would play that part, you know.
If any of the characters of your movies you relate to and you feel that you are a dominant personality, or how would you define yourself as? If you had to define yourself, like, you know, what do you think? What do you feel that there is something about you?
I think I'm Geeta Rao.
Yeah. Why so?
Because I think she's a very, it's me now, not she.
Yeah.
I think I'm a very passionate person at heart. I don't think I'm someone who's very unemotional. I think that's who she was. She went with her heart, but then when she goes, then she goes full on, because it's not something that she's thought out, it's something that she's felt. And something that you feel definitely lasts much longer, right? Somebody's asking me about my work as well, and I said, I think I'm a more passionate person. I'm probably not as ambitious. So it's something like that. I think that's who Geeta was. So yeah, I'd say Geeta.
Okay.
Yeah.
So quickly, we are just going to play a small fun segment with you, and I really want to know some answers from you. What you have done so far and what you prefer doing otherwise. And it's not the actress Chitrangda, but as a person for that matter, okay? So who's on your drunk dial list?
Drunk dial list? I can't tell you that.
But you have a couple of friends for that matter?
I don't call friends.
Okay.
No. I mean, drunk dial would probably be, I mean, if I'm...
She's not single anymore.
No, so see, it depends. Like if I'm really like sad and all, it'll probably be my brother. You know, who I'll call and get all emotional with. But if it's happy and this thing, then it'll probably not be my brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a hint. Was that a hint?
Probably.
Should I take that as a hint?
I don't know.
What is the craziest thing you have ever done so far which you feel happy about?
Craziest thing that we did. Craziest thing, I don't know if it was crazy or not. We were in Koh Samui and we hired a boat and we just went out for the whole day. All we had was pineapples. Okay. And it was so funny. We just went out the whole day scuba diving, and we went from they have a lot of islands, like chota islands. So we stopped everywhere, and the only thing we had was pineapples. So we cut pineapples. We had nothing else. So we dipped that in salt water, matlab samudra ke pani mein, and we ate that.
Okay.
And we had the best time. Then we stopped at this one place where they, like one of these islands where they had crabs, like fresh crabs off, like literally catching. So we just had that. So that was lovely. The other time we went trekking, Pahalgam mein upar, खाने के लिए कुछ नहीं बचा था. Literally, I'm not kidding. And हमने trout पकड़ी थी, एक छोटी सी, like it was just about, 10 inches का trout, not even a kg. And I had it कच्चा, literally, like from the river. There's a Gurez करके एक जगह है. So if you trek up, वहाँ पे there's nothing, literally nothing.
And how did you have it kacha?
Kacha. It wasn't bad. It was like eating salmon.
Oh.
Like जैसे हम खाते हैं salmon.
That.
Yeah. So fished that and yeah, that's what I had.
Wow.
So it's quite. I mean, it's not crazy, but it was pretty fun.
It's cool, yeah, basically.
It was fun.
Should join you for a trip. One thing you think of and get embarrassed.
ऐसे तो बहुत चीज़ें करी हैं. Like कुछ गलत बोला है या कुछ या किसी के सामने नहीं बोलना चाहिए था. Actors, but I can't tell you all that. Nothing very embarrassing, yeah. So this one, I mean, it's been a long time. Red carpet event, wore the wrong underclothes.
Okay.
And that was very embarrassing. Yeah. And you only realize when you come in the bright lights, right?
When you get captured.
No, these were the days when you never clicked before you left.
Yeah.
These I'm talking about those days.
Oh, okay.
Like now you get properly clicked and everything. You know how it's looking in the flash and the you know the camera and everything. So I'm talking about way back. So yeah, that was a big one. That was embarrassing.
What excuse would you make if you get caught doing something your parents won't be okay with?
Depends what I'm doing, right? Like what
something very crazy which they would not be okay with, like you know that's not a doctor, you know. They must have never seen you
like when
that.
you get dropped home very late at night, like how can you be out with this guy at this time and stuff like that. Yeah, that's happened with me once.
Yeah. And what excuse did you give?
I don't remember, but I think like I said that I couldn't have stayed over at my friend's place, right? We had to come. So I mean, I had to come home. At least I came home. You know, at least I didn't like.
That's a very smart answer.
Not come back. I came home. Like at least I really wanted to come home. I had to come home. I didn't want to spend the night somewhere else. ऐसे कुछ बोला था lame सा. But no, yeah, I don't think I've been caught. I usually get away.
You get saved.
Yeah.
You're a good girl like that. Like you get saved. You know how
Not
the tricks
saved.
actually.
I won't get caught.
So you know the
I won't
tricks
get
basically.
caught. Yeah. I plan it pretty good when I have to. Yeah.
So who's your 4 a.m. friend?
My childhood friend. Rupika is her name. Nobody knows. She's a housewife and yeah, we've grown up together. So yeah, she's my friend.
What is the weirdest thought or wild thought you have had while sleeping in the night? You know, you keep on thinking when you're sleeping in the night, you know, just before sleep.
I remember as kids we used to think this a lot. It's like, अगर घर में चोर आ गए तो हम क्या करेंगे? My brother and I used to have these elaborate plans of what we're going to do. But no, no such thoughts as such, like no
something
crazy.
like you think of and you just, you know, feel like, oh, this is what I have to do. Or something, you know, which scares the shit out of you and you're like, no, I don't want to think about this, and like just turn off your brain and then go to sleep.
I mean, no, I mean, mostly I'm just probably thinking of my workouts. I'm like, I have to start working out, I have to do this, and usually it's just that. Nothing so scary, no.
Okay.
No.
Last 4 questions for you. If you could possess a superpower, what would that be?
Eat a lot and stay thin. Or travel back in time.
Yeah.
History. Yeah.
You loved it.
Like, I don't know. Yeah. Be, I don't know, in Winston Churchill's office or something. Wouldn't that be amazing? The center of everything that was happening then.
And not having a lot of cameras around you and the social
cameras,
media.
I don't care. Yeah. But like, just like what was happening in history back then. Imagine the World War and whatnot, and how he thought of everything and how he got the Americans to help them and whatnot. Very interesting.
I think,
I love history.
So what's that one memory you think of and you feel it was cringeworthy?
My own, I mean the memory? Okay. Cringe. Some silly, I think I wore some gown or something with some platform heels. You know, remember those ugly platform sandals that came back then? Yeah, I've done that. I've worn platforms
and you felt like
on an evening. Yeah, like a proper gown. Ew, that's cringe. That's terrible fashion, like horrible.
What is the craziest thing you have ever done when in love?
I've learned how to cook Thai food.
Okay.
I could do the whole Thai food. Yeah, because I've learned that. That's pretty crazy, right? Imagine, you know how tough it is to do Thai food? Right from Thai curry to doing minced chicken with red chilies to everything, jasmine rice, and the raw papaya salad. Yes, pehle to milta
That's a tough one though, actually. Yeah.
It's very tough, and then you put like peanuts
like,
on it, and you roast the peanuts, and you get. Okay, you have no idea. I've done it. I have done it. That's pretty. I would never do that again, but I've done it. Yes.
And the last question: if you could disappear for a day, what would you choose to do?
Right now, I think I'll probably go back and do this in Koh Samui.
Yeah.
It was just so much fun because we were so tired. And just those pineapples dipped in water was just like the best thing I ever had in my
When you
life.
spoke about crabs, I was like, oh.
But believe me, the pineapple at that time, because you're so thirsty, right? I don't even think we had enough water. So that pineapple dipped in that, just try it sometime.
Yeah.
Just dip it in the seawater.
And just
it's like the best thing. So that's what I would be doing right now.
That's
That would
what
be
you
nice.
have all-already tempted all the people over here. They want to now try things.
I think it'd be
Thai
amazing.
curry and pineapples
yeah.
and crabs, I'm sure. So thank you so much for your lovely time and all the very best for your upcoming project.